Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is KPZ. You're here on the home of the slightly above average ship review. Got a domination match for you today on Ring. I believe we are top tier, and we are in a new-ish tier 6 premium destroyer, the FR25. Really quickly looking at some notes online. It's a Gepard class destroyer. There were 6 of them built for the French Navy. One of the ships that the French fleet scuttled in Toulon, France on 27 November 1942. I don't think the list is particularly exhaustive, but they mention Gepard, Lion, and a bunch of other ships being sunk intentionally. And so this isn't one of those ships that I could tell. Going to a different website, worldnavalships.com. The Gepard was raised and repaired but sunk again. It doesn't give it a number. Valmy FR25, raised and repaired by Italy. It says the Verdun was raised and repaired, no number, no hull number. And the Lion was raised and repaired and renamed FR21. So it's entirely possible that the FR25 is in fact the Gepard, or maybe the Valmy, or pardon me, the Verdun or the Gepard, but I don't know which one. So yeah, that's a little bit of history. So it's a Gepard up tiered. It has SAP shells. It does not get the get everything that the Gepard has, and what I mean by that is you don't get the really awesome armor piercing of the French ships. You don't get the high damage HE of the French ships, but you do get SAP and rolling smoke. Looking at WoW's builds, does it get the French torpedoes? Maybe. So, I mean, 6 of one, half dozen the other. So it's a gunboat, in my opinion, and you should play it that way. I think it'd work really good in a platoon with an aircraft carrier. Although there aren't any at tier 6, maybe a cruiser with radar or several sonar charges. Probably also a good idea for a platoon. I mean, better than fail divisioning, I guess, with a carrier. But like most Italian destroyers, this benefits from somebody who can do spotting. All right. Here is the Fubuki. We are going to lighten him up with our front 2 turrets. I gotta say the Gepard has a much more beneficial turret layout than the Italian destroyers. Except it doesn't have very good aim. We totally whiffed right there. Second salvo, we finish him off for our first kill. Going to WoW's builds really quickly to talk about this ship. There's not going to be a stat comparison because the comparison table for destroyers is kind of messed up. Sigma of FR25 2.0. 3.42 fires per minute. The torpedoes have an enemy reaction time of 7.92 seconds. And, like I said, I don't think it is particularly strong. It's just an average destroyer, but again, I think it'll benefit more from platoon play where you can have somebody else spot for you and use this rolling smoke to do some stealth torping. There's a Nuremberg. We are dipsy-doodling all over the place. He can't get away from those torpedoes, folks. The end. Dev strike, kill number 2. And as you can see, it is a little bit quick. So we're using the quickness to get away here with our limited speed boost. Got a Queen Elizabeth over here. And so we already have that assisted base cap under our belts, and so I'm going to turn the greedy eyes of the FR25 towards the Queen Elizabeth. So if you like French destroyers, this is a French destroyer with a rolling smokescreen and SAP, and I think that could be beneficial. However, like the Italian destroyers, there's no AA to speak of, and you can be easily neutralized by a carrier commander who's any good. The enemy carrier commander, I'm sure, is a very nice person, but He could have eliminated me very quickly if he paid attention to me. I think he's on the other side of the map, though. He did not. And so I'm all alone over here with a hopeless and hapless Queen Elizabeth. All right, we got our torpedoes reloaded here. We got 2 kills and not a lot of damage going on. Our team is beating the bejesus out of the red team. You know, before we get to the encounter with the Queen Elizabeth, I'll say, if you like French gunboats, you'll probably like FR25. If you like Italian tech tree destroyers with rolling smoke, you'll probably like FR25. If you want an overpowered destroyer, this is not it. If you want a good credit earner for Tier 6, this is not it. If you want a challenging destroyer, or you're a very skilled player in gunboats, then you will probably enjoy the FR25. But, you know, it's not at the level of like Sims and Charles F. Hughes. I would put it kind of similar to the modern Leningrad, where a ship that's powerful in moments, but at the end of the day, the Leningrad has been power crept by the tech tree ships and nerfed by the concealment nerf, and I would say that nerf leaves it kind of on par with FR25. So, you know, I would have said when Leningrad first came into the game, it was one of my favorite destroyers. Now, not so much. So I would put this ship kind of on par with Leningrad. You know, maybe kind of like an Eagle up tier. Strong at one point, not so strong now. All right, here we are on the victory screen. Dev Strike Medal. We got 79,749 total damage. Doing most of that damage with our torpedoes. 8 torpedo strikes, 3 big kills. We did set a fire, but we had floods from all 8 of our torpedoes. And we also had an assisted base cap. So you can see the numbers there. Over 600,000 silver. Over 12,000 commander XP. So all in all, I would say it is a fair game in the FR25. You got your moments, but you can be eliminated by ships with sonar, aircraft carriers. You can't do anything against cruisers in these ships, folks. Here we are at the top of the board, 2425 base XP, except hit them with torpedoes. 3 big kills. We were easily the best ship. York had a good game, but I mean, other than that, I think we kind of led the way here. Nuremberg just ran into those torpedoes. I mean, what do you want me to say? You're not going to kill a cruiser with your main battery, folks, unless they're blind and you burn them down. All right, here in the port, take a look at the mods. Aiming system mod 1, propulsion mod 2, and concealment system mod 1. Looking at the loadout, 4 charges of the exhaust smoke generator, duration just over 30 seconds. They couldn't give you 3 and 3, and 2 charges of the engine boost. It looks like a regular engine boost, so as you can see, it lasts for just over 2 minutes. We got all these booster flags, and we got the common battle booster for speed. The Type 9 permanent camouflage, and the Legends Veteran 4-year flag. A rare accolade until everyone else starts playing it for 4 years. 19,000 hit points with our build. Got those 3 139mm turrets, 10.7 kilometer firing range, 6.3 second reload, 15 second turn time. I guess these are the French shells. 2000 HE shell, max damage with a 9% fire chance. The SAP is all Italy, 2,700 max damage on those. 2 triple tube launchers, reload every 80 seconds, max damage 14,833. Just a 6 kilometer range at 68 knots. The detectability is 1,400 meters. As I spoke of earlier, your AA defense is pitiful and weak. And your best AA is the 37mm guns, which reach out to just 3.5 kilometers. Max speed 37.1 knots, so again, not really fast. 690 meter turning circle, 4.9 second rudder shift time. Concealment 5.1 on the surface, 3 kilometers from the air. 2.8 8 when firing in smoke. So you should deactivate your AA if you want to stay hidden. In 14 matches, we have won 8 and lost 6. That game you just saw was my best game in almost all of these stat categories, including kills, max damage, max AP. May that be a lesson to you if you are thinking about buying this ship. All right, here's the commander I put in here, Luigi Ruizzo. He is fully maxed, as you can see. His base trait, engine boost cooldown time, reduction, engine boost duration, increase. I just felt he's the best commander because this is a gunboat, and he's the gunboat commander. So your mileage may vary. That's the FR25, folks. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. And if you didn't enjoy this video, I'm sorry you feel that way. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe. I will see you next time on the home of this slightly above average ship review. You can always subscribe if you are so inclined. See you next time, everybody.